Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Game 3 between Q and yuSoju in the round of 256, Apex Season 4. On the side of Q, we have D-Lit with Sea of Miracles, Elven Aura, and Gospel. We have Claret with Ride the Wind, Lightning Flash, and Roar. We have Juggler with Triton, Beast Shock, and Sacred Beast Him. We have Hiei with Dragon of the Darkness Flame, Sword of the Darkness Flame, and Backstab. And we have Tiaras with Attack Blessing, Heal, and Mass Resist. On the side of yuSoju, we have Wind God Realm, Move Again, and Queen's Ascension. Juggler with Sacred Beast Him, Triton, and Beast Shock. Bozel with Black Hole, Dark Waltz, and Sleep. Yusuke with Psychic Eruption, Dark Spirit Gun, and Demon Domination. And the Wyler with High Stakes, Regroup, and Tactical Retreat. Ladies and gentlemen, commanders of every age, this is Game 3 between Q and yuSoju. We have a Clarisse, and on yuSoju's side, we have a Triton activation. Both commanders, Q and yuSoju, are going to move only one tile forward and cast Triton. yuSoju is going to move one tile forward with Bozel and Dark Waltz. He is going to move two. Yusuke is going to cast Demon Domination to faction buff himself. Then there was unfortunately no Breeze Proc there for him. And we have a Gospel being casted on D-Lit upon herself. yuSoju is going to cast Queen's Ascension. And is going to give the King's Crown proc to Juggler and Tiaras. He's going to cast Mass Resist on everyone here, applying Heal Light to everyone except D-Lit. And Wyler was able to give a mobility buff to Luna here. Claret is moving on down. Bozel is going down. He is moving forward. And Juggler is moving forward a bit. And we have an Attack Blessing on Hiei now. And a mobility buff to the Juggler of Q here. yuSoju is going to move on down and transform. Unfortunately, again, no Breeze Proc here. And we have a Sea of Miracles being casted by Q here. And we have the Force of No Return going off. And we do have a Gospel being casted on Juggler here. yuSoju is going to move on down with the team. And is going to cast High Stakes on everyone. And we have a damage dealt increase to Juggler. We have D-Lit moving on first. yuSoju is going to cast Wind God Realm. So we might be seeing an attack here. And instead Q is going to stay on back and Triton up. And Wyler is going to move on forward and cast Regroup upon himself. Just so he can heal himself back to full. And he's going to give a damage dealt increase to Juggler. Q is going to move on forward with Hiei. And it's going to give a good amount of damage to Wyler here. And Hiei is actually going to go for an attack on Luna. And we have a backstab going off. And will this be enough? Luna will die in one shot. And now Q has gotten rid of all of the mobility boosts on the side of yuSoju, but now Yusuke is angry, and now we have a Breeze Proc, and Yusuke is getting in melee range of Hiei here. And let's see who shall win this fight. Looks like Hiei will go down. 60,000 damage done by the Yusuke of yuSoju. And yuSoju has evened the playing field just a tad bit. Claret is going to move on forward, and Wandering Princess is going to go off. And we do have another Wandering Resist being casted on everyone here, and a damage dealt proc has been given to the Claret here. Claret is going to move on down. Juggler of yuSoju is going to train up here. Q is not going to do anything here. The D-Lit has gotten a Breeze Proc after moving, and is going to cast another Gospel on the Juggler of Q here, and another Breeze Proc. Yusuke is going to move on forward. The Tiaras of Q is going to give an Attack Blessing on D-Lit, and D-Lit has been given a mobility buff due to the effects of Tenu's Headdress. And Q is going to move on forward with a Sacred Beast Him, and let's see where Q is going to put the Joker here. He's going to put in front of Yusuke here, and is going to kill off the Wyler of yuSoju here. And now Yusuke is very, very upset now with his talent and the Mimir's hammer. And Bozel is going to move on forward and cast Black Hole, and Juggler will be unable to take some of the damage here and heal everyone up. And we have all these silences going off on D-Lit and Tiaras here. Meanwhile, the Juggler of yuSoju is going to cast a Sacred Beast on his own, and is going to teleport in front of the Juggler of Q here. And Q will be unable to block. Actually, both players will be unable to block. And we do have a Decay debuff on D-Lit here. And now we're going to have an attack from Yusuke on Claret. And Claret is going to go down. And Juggler was unable to guard her. And Q is only down to the DPS of D-Lit here. And that decay debuff on D-Lit is proven very effective for yuSoju here. And now we have a sleep from the Bozo of yuSoju being casted on Juggler. And a clock proc is going to go off. And Q is unable to get all of those beneficial buffs. And we now have an Element Aura being casted on Yusuke. But the thing is, will this be enough? And Yusuke is able to counterattack here. And the Yusuke of yuSoju will live with 3,500 life though. And Yusuke is going to go in for an attack against a sleeping Juggler. And Juggler was able to take a good amount, was able to defend well there. But now we have a B-shot coming in from yuSoju. And will this be enough? No, it will not. The Juggler of Q will still live even while asleep. Round 7 is going to go off. yuSoju is going to go in for an attack with Yusuke. But we do have the Dark Spirit coming in. And it's still not enough. And Juggler will be able to heal back because the effects of the Dark Spirit Gun was not able to apply the debuff due to the effects of Gospel. Meanwhile, Bozo is going to cast Dark Wolves, and a Silence is going to go off on the Juggler of Q. And Q is going to cast Mass Resist on Tierras and D-Lit here, and giving a good amount of buffs here to D-Lit and attack up by 20%. Now we have a sleep being casted on D-Lit, but the Bozo was able to remove some debuffs from her. Meanwhile, we have an attack, a blessing being given to Juggler here, and yuSoju is able to transform back. And now D-Lit will be able to attack again, but I'm not sure if this will be enough. It is enough! Q will take out the Yusuke of yuSoju, and Q looks very well endowed in the game. And now the Juggler of yuSoju going in for attack against the D-Lit. Not really doing a lot there. And we do have a Triumph being a caster for Q here. And now we are at the end game. We have a Gospel being casted on Juggler for Q. And we have an attack from Bozo here. Almost killed off the D-Lit. And Q is going to go in for a B-Shock here. Will this be enough? No, it will not. The Juggler of yuSoju will live with 4,200 life here. But Q is looking very well here. But now Tierras is forced to go into the fog and sacrifice herself. But is going to give a damage boost to D-Lit here and some life back. Meanwhile, we have a Triton B casted for yuSoju. And the Juggler of Q is going to attack with an attack blessing. Will this be enough? Yes, it will. The Juggler of yuSoju will go down, and Q is going to suffer an attack from the Bozo of yuSoju. But D-Lit is able to heal up a bit due to the effects of Heal Light. Now we have the Force of No Return going off, and the Juggler is silenced, but now it shall be removed from the Sea of Miracles. And now we are down to turn 11. Bozo going in for another attack to finish off D-Lit here, and Juggler is going to be silenced again, and Bozo is going, and the Skeleton Knights of Bozo is going to be able to tank the damage coming from Juggler. In turn 12, we are on the final turn, and yuSoju is going to put the Juggler of Q to sleep, and therefore yuSoju will win due to the technicality of the maximum of 12 turns and dealing a total amount of damage of 224,108 compared to the damage dealt by Q of 138,875. Well played to yuSoju, and he will advance to the round of 128.